Hi all, welcome back to my lecture series. This is Muthuminal, Assistant Professor at the Department of Agricultural Engineering. Today we'll see the continuity of the previous lecture series that we have seen how well the human activity impact the climate change that comes under the topic causes of climate change under the unit impacts of climate change under the subject climate change and adaptation for the students of final year 7th semester. Before going into the session, let us have a small recap on the previous lecture series, what and all we have seen. We have seen about the atmospheric layers, vertical structure, temperature inversion, what is a climate change and how well the climate change has been impacted due to the human activity or due to the natural causes. And we have seen the causes, mainly the natural causes like volcanic eruption, oceanic currents, oceanic eruption, Earth orbital changes, and then we have seen solar variation along with the human causes. Initially, we have seen about the greenhouse effect and greenhouse gases and deforestation. Here, I have also asked you a question how well the temperature inversion takes place. I hope everyone will have an answer so that we'll see to that at the end of the session. At the last phase, we have seen what is deforestation and what happens if there is no plant. So, we have to, in order to avoid or inculcate these kinds of activities, what we have to do in the sense, we have to follow afforestation. This is why nowadays we have taken up charge in various levels of tree plantations and everything as a social initiative, since it is necessary for us to maintain the sustainability by developing the environment, because these all happened due to the human activity that we have done. So the next thing which we have to see is coal mining. So you guys have to ask me, ma'am, everything that you have said is caused or releasing certain kinds of radiations, right? What happens under coal mining? Coal mining is nothing but the explosions that happens underneath. So here what happens in the sense, when there is a huge explosion, there will be several release of greenhouse gases that will happen, and also there is a possibility of creating a vibration that is induced due to the human activity, which we can claim them as man-made earthquakes. So on the whole, it will also emit certain kinds of radiation that will reach the surface, which indulge in ozone hole, or also we are going to be facing upon the induced man-made earthquakes. So this also plays a major role in the contribution of climate change. Next one is burning of fossil fuels. So we all immerse in identifying certain alternate source of energy. Even I myself have taken you class how we can convert the biomass into the fossil fuel or into the alternate source of energy. This is nothing but where we have to obtain the fuel as petroleums or anything for the purpose of transportation and for the purpose of industry running. Here what happens in the sense, wherever we are going to indulge in burning, there will be a emission of large amount of carbon dioxide from the industries. Those will always reach directly to the earth's surface, which will always claim to be the main reason of increase in CO2 production at the environment, that reaches the limit which can be observed or which can be diverted or lapsed from the surface, so that it directly involves in breaking down of the ozone layers, ozone molecules at the ozone, so that it will lead to global warming. So the next one is industrial process. As we all know, an example at even Coimbatore itself, we are well aware of cement industry, ACC, right? So we at the period of past 4 years, we have been involved in taking an initiative to convert or reduce the emission of CO2 at the industry, because they are burning up and developing a cement, Portland cement. So that cement, while production, what happens in the sense, they will leave off a more amount of carbon dioxide emissions. Due to that, at Madhukura area, most of them have been seriously affected due to health hazards like asthmas and everything. So this is why the public surrounding that industry have been protesting in order to stop the CO2 emissions. So this may also involve in the impact of climate changes, which could lead into greenhouse effect at the larger ratio, so that greenhouse effect will be increasing the global warming, which results in melting of ices and icebergs at the Arctic and Antarctic and Himalayan regions. And last one is agriculture, which we always contribute, because I like to say you an example here. After we have harvested certain plants, what happened to the residues? The crop residues that are available at the field will be burnt off by us, so that we'll next try to inculcate the next production of crop or the cultivation of crop, right? So what happens here in the sense, whenever we are trying to burn away the crop residues, it will lead to emission of carbon dioxide in a larger amount, so that it will lead to it changes in climate change. And also, due to the livestock management, we are also involved in production of methane. Most of the percentage of methane production has been contributed to the agriculturist, so that is why we have to take an alternative, so that we can reduce the emission of carbon dioxide and the methane. Here we can also involve using our design thinking approach to develop an experimental works. So here I have given you a reference video, and the link I'll share at the forthcoming session, so that you can see at the reference videos. If there is any kinds of doubt or anything, you guys can ping me anytime. See you in the next class. Thank you.